qu'elle va effectuer une trajectoire en courbe. Ces petits malins sont connus pour lancer des ordures. Throwing junk. C'est incroyable, la fascination qu'ont les Américains pour la junk. Alors, junk food, junk yard, junk bond, junk in the trunk, junk in the box, et que sais-je, et j'en passe, et des meilleurs. Donc,
My father was the only person on our street with a college degree. I would listen, while Dad would calmly explain to the other dads why Wilt Chamberlain would never beat Muhammad Ali in a boxing match. During high school, I had three main interests: progressive politics, Friday night parties, and foreign films, especially the ones made by the French.
Voyons, Madame Calmette, vous vous mettez là, là, Elisabeth là, vous professeur à ma droite.
And when I heard that most French workers get at least 4 weeks of vacation time every year, I thought, man, the French have life figured out.
People refer to as the zeitgeist. Adamite.
Adam
wrote Il faut supposer Sisyphus heureux. The utopianism of some of the Jacobins. Halfway through a scatological tirade.
Why do we choose a particular baseball team to follow? It usually reflects where we came from or our personality. But now my old colleagues are baffled by my conclusions. So I asked Mr. Prager
Mark,
if he would help me explain to half my friends, to my mom and dad, and to the entire country of France, why this change may not be so strange after all.
There were creation stories in other cultures. The other gods all had sex to produce humans. Not in Genesis. Completely non-sexual God, a total radical idea, and that we take that for granted. But the sexualization of religion was universal in the world. There were prostitution cults in most temples. I mean, it's a lot more fun to go to church in those days, but it wasn't as meaningful. The founders of this country, overwhelmingly, were Christians, steeped in Jewish scripture. These were people who could be said to be Judeo-Christians. And I would go into Manhattan every day, and I would go to bookstores, and I would go to, in particular, the New York Philharmonic Library, and I taught myself how to read symphonic scores. Where I did international relations and Arabic and Russian. So I was sent to the Soviet Union to explore the situation of the Jews of the Soviet Union and dissidents in the Soviet Union.
from Moscow. 13, 16, 19, and 25 to the back.
People don't realize we have a secular brainwash in our society, a much more efficient brainwash. There are kids who grow up in secular schools with secular parents and secular homes with secular movies and secular music.
that we criticize America because we love America, and we need to make it better by letting everyone know what's wrong with America.
That's not really true. If I criticized my wife as much as the left criticizes America, I'd have no more wife. You have a pretty, loving wife, and you come home and you tell her all the things that are wrong with her. I don't think she'll feel very loved.
Oh, je suis imbécile, et c'est justifiable. Mais j'ai marché 1 kilomètre dans vos mocassins, et pour cela, vous devez prendre ma sottise au sérieux. Et n'essayez pas de me rejeter la faute parce que j'ai utilisé le mot mocassin. Je suis un membre de la nation Cherokee. J'ai une carte d'adhésion pour le prouver. Et aussi, un paire de mocassins. Mais je l'admets, je ne parle pas français.
Imagine you're walking in the wilderness after rocks have fallen. And all of a sudden you see a bunch of rocks and they spell hello. Now you have two choices. You can say, huh, what a coincidence. Enough rocks, enough area. Some are going to spell out hello. You walk another 100 feet.
I don't say this casually. It's trivial to compare that to the complexity of just to flex your finger or blink your eye. The Big Bang produced one thing and one thing only from the material world, and that's energy, light beams. The fancy name is electromagnetic radiation. And it's those light beams are the only physical creation. All of physics holds by this. The fact that all of biblical theology holds by this isn't still relevant at the moment, but that happens to be the case. Those light beams became alive. We look around the world and we look back in evolution and we say, oh, can there be a monkey in our family tree? We probably do, but we go back, we have rocks and water or condensed light beams. The Big Bang produced light beams, the light beams somehow condensed into matter, and the matter became alive. I apologize for making it sound...
I love it, I love it.
It's not New Age. It's as old as physics, as old as quantum mechanics. Matrix of, I don't use like Matrix as the movie, but the Matrix has been around before the movie was around. The idea of a matrix within which all existence is embedded, and that matrix is mind. Mind predates the Big Bang. That I have, in my opinion, I no longer have any question about that.
It looks like our existence is part of a grand story, and all stories begin with an idea in the mind, and they end in reflection. The mind's ability to turn around on itself and reflect on its own existence. But why do we have the ability to ponder anything? In evolutionary terms, all we would need is the ability to hunt prey, jump over streams, and attract mates. But here's a surprise, something you wouldn't expect. It looks like we were planned to be part of the story long before our arrival, because it seems our Creator has given us a vast playground, a playground for exploration and to learn about Him. Some of the most important scientific theories can be written on a single sheet of paper.
Light beams becoming rocks and water.
So for you, let there be light prior to any of the celestial lights is the trademark.
The science of God I go through day by day and year by year. The match is, I say, literally unnerving. It's just extraordinary without bending any of the biblical text or bending any of the science.
Très populaire ou populaire, Ava Nagila. 1, 2, 3, 4.